So I wanted a Star Trek skit, and I made a Star Trek skit. There's really no reason for this video to be Star Trek themed at all. I needed a Star Trek skit on my channel, and now you got one, and it's really crappily made. But two individuals make it better. Guest stars of the video. Nick from One Man Stampede and Alan from In Defense of the Traditional Martial Arts. So yeah, that's Martial Geeks for you. It's martial arts and geeky nonsense. There you go. Hope you enjoy.
It is a difficult concept to capture within Klingon, as there is no singular word for geek. However, the term Klingon Sha can be combined with other descriptive words to convey the idea of someone who is deeply passionate and knowledgeable about a particular area, such as martial, tech, or trivia.
Stardate 2953.3. The Enterprise has met up at a rendezvous point to escort a freedom fighter from a planetary system known as UK. Our friend from the planet Thetford was promised asylum on our ship. We had gladly granted it since we've learned about how their planetary government has been scheming around a legal treaty put forth by the Federation. It allowed freedom of individuals in calling out dangerous martial arts nonsense. So far it seems that anyone who opposes their newly established autocracy on bullshit martial arts, known simply as HME, ends up unjustly hunted down for their perceived crimes. Wait, this is the wrong HME. Oh, there we go.
I follow, picking up the foot like golden cock.
What the fuck?
We're in a hailing range, sir.
Open a channel.
Aye.
Greetings, this is the captain of the Enterprise.
Hello, thanks for meeting up with me.
We are in position and ready to beam you aboard.
The Miznerites hit me with the goddamn photon jalapenos.
No! Not the jalapeno!
Evil creatures.
But what about your ship?
Don't worry about my ship. They board it anytime soon. I've left our April Fool's video on repeat. And if they board in the next 30-40 minutes, well, they only got themselves to blame.
Captain, what the fuck? I'm getting a massive chi energy reading near our ship.
Ugh. This is Shido Bull, representing HME of UK. I know that to you we look human. That is due to a medical condition known as zero budget. We demand that you leave this system now. This is our business, and you have no right to interfere. If you proceed to do so, you too will be stunned by our brain-freezing beam. This is our last warning. Internet, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange old martial arts, to seek out new Bullshido masters and expose them.
If he comes on my paw,
Boldly go where martial arts content has never gone before. Why are we in the gym?
I don't know.
Guess we'll do training then.
Yeah!
Alright, welcome back to Martial Geeks. Now this here, what we're doing in the background is essentially showcasing a few techniques that a lot of us use that appear to be effortless. They look like Bullshido, but are actually, in fact, genuine martial arts techniques. And we are going to talk about those today, simply because I find it interesting to sort of have a parallel with common Bullshido stuff. Because whenever you look at proper Bullshido masters, like HME guys or whatever, anything like that, It's always claims of something effortless. Ramsey Dewey would put it as ergokinesis. It's always something that looks so flashy and so simple. Like the mastery is so high that just by a touch you can make a person jump. And it's all nonsense, of course. These martial arts aren't real. There is no footage of it being used in application. It's all just mumbo jumbo. But there are indeed techniques that do sort of look like Bullshido, but are real. And those are usually very low percentage and do take a lot of skill and time and effort put into making them work. And they will appear quite magical. So yeah, we picked and chose a few techniques that we usually do that are sort of those lower percentage but really cool, effortless looking techniques. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Here we go. So first technique is kind of a variant on the Atomic Aikido Sumi Otoshi. So the whole idea, we already covered the Ural Otoshi, which is kind of a similar thing, but it's all based on getting the sort of weight on the back, on their heels, and catching them in the right moment to throw them down. But it's a variant simply because what makes it a bit more easy to perform is putting a Kosotogake entrance with your leg. But you keep holding on to the double wrist swing from the Sumi Otoshi. So you've done this technique before, and on me, in fact. So you swing, get the person behind, and put down with your leg. Of course, it's one of those that we're doing today, which are quite effortless looking, but they are probably some of the hardest techniques to get because they require perfect position, awareness, and the most important is timing. But once you do them, it looks as if it took no effort at all, but it's just not true. So actually here, this balancing, coming up, going down. That's Sumi Otoshi, variant number 1. Also in traditional Aikido, this motion is also considered Sumi Otoshi. This is more like Tomiki Aikido, and this is more like generally considered Aikido. But there's a nice variant of this technique that we do, and Osan's done it quite a few times actually, and also on you. So, but it's really hard if you're fighting, if you're clinching up. It's going to be hard to actually do this. Easy when you're not resisting. It's easy to do whatever you want to a person when they're not resisting. If you just resist in any way, I've had nothing. Even if we're moving around like this, it's really hard to get anything. One way that you can sort of amplify this is if you turn. But if he's resisting and I turn, I'm giving potentially my back. And that's the worst thing that you can do. So like, if you're actually resisting, doing this is going to be really hard, and I don't think it's that viable. But where it is really good is when you're being sneaky and defending a foot sweep. So if you come in trying to foot sweep me here with that leg, right at the time you can catch the person and it's going to look effortless. So again, right here, you go for a foot sweep, I go down. So that's another Sumi Otoshi variant. Now another one that I've done a few times that is really probably the best way to do a Kotegaeshi wrist lock, and I've showed it to Ali. And from here, look at that. That's, and just if you start cranking, like I'm screwed. Like see, like it's so much harder to get here. Like we already.
And even not, then you just
exactly. You can go for guillotines. You can just throw knees. But it's one of those that really looks effortless. Even more so than the typical Kotegaeshi that you do from here. These techniques If you go in an underwood, and I go in an overwood, and I control this twist, and whenever we're fighting, we're grappling, head position, whatever, and the person isn't expecting me to do a wrist lock from here, this looks really effortless. Especially if you properly crank it, go all the way down, you can get in a perfect armbar, just like that.
Oh man. Oh man.
And it looks even more effortless than the typical Aikido bullshit. Here, well, we can see what's happening, and you can visibly see the continuum of motion and breaking the direction stuff. But from here, it's really, this angle looks like the person just falls down. That's all it changes. And again, it needs perfect timing, but it can work, especially if the person knows how to defend the Kotegaeshi, like all of us fortunately know. If you didn't know how to defend this, you might not roll. You might tap here, or we could go to something else. But since you know that you need to roll to relieve the pressure, you get a perfect armbar. So one more time, you're here, so we're fighting, whatever, look, you're back. That's all it takes. But perfect timing, perfect position, it takes time to set this up, because nobody's gonna just give it to you like that. But if you're fighting, if you crank here, if you get here, control this back, now I put it here. Maybe I got a bigger chance. So that's the whole idea. The last one is pretty much the ghost spring takedown, and there's plenty of different variants how to do it. But I usually, when I catch it, is off of baiting that to catch me with their leg kick, boom. So instead of checking, I move back and catch the leg. So we are here. From here, there's multiple variants how to do this type of limiting stuff. There's variants that you crank here to get the person's back. There's the most common typical, which is sort of this U-shape type thing. But there's plenty of variants. So again, as soon as you catch this leg, if you do it from here, you got endless options. You can go here, then go there, here, here, drop down again, here. So once you got the control over the leg, there's so much stuff to do.
230. Yeah.
But the most effortless looking thing is definitely the typical ghost and takedown. So I go and I rise up. And again, you know, reality, these are not effortless techniques. These are very effort heavy techniques and training heavy, and takes a long time to actually develop these skills, but they look effortless. Martial arts fighting is anything but effortless. It's super, super, super duper hard. So yeah, that's an answer to a lot of Bullshido, because one of the best things that makes dojos and Bullshido unrecognizable is that the perceived master is always doing effortless stuff. None of their students can ever replicate it, but it's always effortless. And you got that, chi blast to the face, the person falls and dies. You got just like minor control over the position, and the person just themselves on their own. So there's so much ocean YouTube. They unalive themselves on their own. So there's a bunch of stuff like that in fake martial arts. More specifically, if you got our favorite friends from HME, Man Earth, got the pushy phase. Now you die. You have to die. Yeah. Come in. Let me teach you how to do some HME, Wapper. Hold chin back up to the He's alive. Correct. All you have to do is use heavy.
I use not light, I use heavy.
Use heavy. But also, not necessarily light and strong, hard, but correct.
Or very light.
Now, you just push me.
Because it's correct, not because it's light. Light is just light.
Careful to push me. Oh! Oh! Do a lighter one, please. One more time. And push.
This stuff is good, bro. Eh?
Don't touch me, Henry. Alright, next. That's it! Why did you unlock this powder?
Bro, you were supposed to hold hand.
What you do? We left the cheap rock. Come here. That's my little camera, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. And let's see the rest of the skit. Cut that. The Enterprise is currently in red alert. We are in danger by being attacked by the HME Miznerites. Outside of their destructive photon jalapenos, they also appear to have a brain-freezing beam. A beam so powerful it's capable of wiping out any rational or skeptical thought from people's brains. That would explain how they propagated their ideas. We must act carefully and quickly.
Sir, the computer shows that they are charging their brain freeze beam. But it also shows that they have no shield.